and like my mouth was like opening and it was hurting because all of the stitches, so like they were just like ripping apart in my mouth. It was such a traumatic experience. What is up, you guys? It's Dem, back at it again, and today I have a little story time video. I haven't done one of these since like that awkward sexual gym experience video, which if you haven't seen that, you should probably go check it out because it was awkward. I'm gonna talk about a time in my life that was probably like the scariest time in my life. A couple of years ago, I had jaw surgery, double jaw surgery. Now, if you don't know what that is, I'm going to let you know because it is f***ing wild. Growing up as a youngster, I was real cute. Like, I was a perfect little nugget. And then as I got older, I just became more and more awkward and my body just wasn't agreeing with me. And also my jaw wasn't agreeing with me. So what was happening was I basically was developing an underbite. Here's a picture of me with my underbite. I was just like a mess. So as I got older, the problem became more prominent because obviously my bones were growing and I had braces. I had a palate expander. I had everything to possibly prevent this from developing even more, and nothing was working. So my orthodontist told me that eventually I would need surgery. And when I heard that, I was like, what you mean though? So I had braces for years, eventually they came off and I was braces free for a little while. And as I was hitting 20, I was preparing myself to get jaw surgery. So after months of planning, the jaw surgery finally came around, and prior to having the surgery, I needed to put braces back on for a second time. Mind you, I had braces a couple years prior and I had them for about 2 or 3 years, but the doctor was like, before you go into surgery, you need to put on braces again so that your teeth don't shift and get f***ed up in the process. Then on August 1st, 2013, I went in for my jaw surgery. I was a nervous wreck. I was so scared because like it was the first time that I was really being like put under the knife, and like you don't know if you're gonna wake up. Like that was my biggest fear, was I'm not gonna wake up from this and I'm just going to go to heaven because that's where I belong. Hello, Alexandra. I'm getting ready for surgery. Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
I was freaking out. My mom obviously was nervous. My dad came and he was like crying, and I was like, homeboy, don't cry because I'm the one that's about to die here, not you. So you need to relax because you're freaking me out even more. And I was just like a hot mess. I was like filming videos. I was basically documenting this entire process because I was like, I want to look back at this and laugh. So like here's one video from that moment.
Hey you Kegels, I'm going in for surgery. Hopefully soon. We're ready for the drugs.
Watching Las Kardashians. So eventually I went into surgery. It was about like it was a long surgery. I think it was like 4 hours long. And I finally came out and it took forever and a day for me to wake up from the anesthesia. So when I woke up, I obviously saw myself and I was so scared. It was terrifying. And when I woke up, I had the urge to throw up, but my mouth couldn't open because it was just in shock from the surgery. Not that it was wired shut, but they literally break your jaw. They broke my jaw into like two, pushed this back, brought this forward, and like put 32 screws in my face, which I still have to this day because they don't take them out. And I was like telling the nurses through text message, I was like, I feel like I need to throw up, but like how do you throw up when your mouth is not opening? So they literally had to stick a hose, like one of those like dentist things that like sucks up the in your mouth, and put it in my mouth, and like I was throwing up and it was going into that, and it was disgusting. Like it was literally black from like just blood and like whatever was in my body. And I was in the ICU for 3 days after that because they really want to make sure that you're okay and that like you're not gonna like die, because this is a major surgery and it affects like your body in a major way. Like I thought I was just gonna be okay and like I just wasn't able to talk, but like it really affects you. And I was basically like trying to make myself feel better by singing songs. And that was basically like a lot of my recovery process. Like I was just trying to sing in order to learn how to talk again. So here's a hot mess video of me. I think I was singing We Can't Stop by Miley. A mess, a mess. So basically my mouth wouldn't open for me to talk, so I was basically humming everything. There's another video of me in the hospital with something. I'm so cute. I don't know what I was saying. I was heavily drugged. The recovery process was like a good month of me not being able to speak or eat. So basically what I was eating soup from one of those like old school ketchup bottles that like have like the little like stick and like you squeeze the bottle out, like you squeeze the ketchup out. So my sister was like, let's go to Target and let's get these bottles so that we could put your soup in, because the doctors gave me like syringes to like eat everything with. So like I would literally have to syringe the soup, and like the amount of time it would take for me to eat a bowl of soup was ridiculous. So I was like, okay, we need a better way to do this. Let's watch some more videos from this hot mess of a time in my life.
Hey guys, so day 5 and I can't really talk. I miss a good looking.
I miss oh, that's my friend Melissa. She came to visit me. Thanks, Melissa. What is this? Poor thing. I was singing Through the Wire by Kanye West, because if you know, like Kanye West had jaw surgery, so I like felt like very much like related to him. This is one of my favorite videos. So like after a few weeks, I was finally learning how to smile again, because like I had so many stitches going on in my mouth that like my mouth was in pain, and although I couldn't feel much because everything was so numb because of the surgery, I could feel the stitches in my gums, and it hurt to smile. And there was one point where my sister made me cry because I didn't want to eat, and she was like, Dimitri, you're gonna get sick if you don't put anything in your body. Like, you're on medication, you need to eat. And so I started crying just from like my frustration, and crying was the worst because it hurt so much to cry. I was like, I don't wanna die. And like my mouth was like opening and it was hurting because all of the stitches felt like they were just like ripping apart in my mouth. It was such a traumatic experience.
My smile is so weird because I don't have an underbite anymore.
Yeah, so this was me, like this while I was going down, it was like a few weeks or whatever, and I was just really happy because like I could smile again, and like I looked like semi-cute, and it took months for my smile to kind of just like look normal again, because I had to learn how to smile, I had to learn how to eat. Like my jaw prior to this was so up that like living life with it fixed was just like, it was unusual. Like I didn't know what life was. So that is it for this week's video. I'm sure it's a long one. I'm sorry if it's super long, and I'm sure I probably forgot details in this. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you are experiencing like jaw issues, or you have an underbite or whatever, and you've been contemplating getting jaw surgery, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to chat with you, and if you need like any advice or like have any questions, like I'd love to answer them. If you're new to this channel, subscribe. Hello, welcome, and I will see you guys next time. So until then, until we meet again, ciao then!